to give the microphone now to Linda Adams.
Just to answer the question, and I'm saying this from my perspective of having worked with all the local trust committees in the Islands Trust area, so we have one of 12 of them, but each of the other island groups have them as well, and also working with the Bowen Island Municipal Council since it was created in 1999, and I was kind of one of the liaison people between the Islands Trust and the Bowen Island Municipal Council for about 15 years, so that's kind of my experience. With a local trust committee, you've got 3 people, as I think you know, 2 locally elected trustees and 1 who is appointed to chair that comes from another island. They're all trustees. In my experience, people don't tend to run for the Islands Trust and they don't tend to get elected to the Islands Trust unless they at least say and usually feel quite strongly about the mandate. Communities don't tend to elect them to those positions and they don't tend to run. In the municipal model, what I've noticed is there's there's a 7-member council, so for example on Bowen, 2 of them are elected to sit both on the council and on the Islands Trust. So they're called municipal trustees. And they tend to get elected and have kind of the Islands Trust object at heart. The other 5 may be getting elected for completely different reasons. They might be interested in the roads, they might be interested in municipal finance or in the fire department. And oftentimes, what I found quite frequently is they actually knew nothing about the Islands Trust. And so they were elected to the Bowen Island Municipal Council and were there to make land use decisions, but they often didn't know hardly anything about the object of the Islands Trust. And the interesting thing is the way the municipality is set up is they are to have regard for the Islands Trust, but only when the object, but only when they're issuing permits, passing bylaws, or giving out licenses, which is a small subset of the things they do. And it's up to them to decide how well they're doing it. So if they don't understand what it means, and it's up to them to decide if they're doing a good job of it, Islands Trust is out of the picture in terms of that. There's like members of the community can't come to the Islands Trust and say we don't think our council's having regard. They're completely out of the picture. So you do see things go off in quite a different direction. Last term, the mayor of Bowen was vocally opposed to the Islands Trust and was actively working with the province to try and remove Bowen from the Islands Trust. And didn't want to meet with the Islands Trust. We normally would do an orientation for the municipal council after the election, and that didn't get scheduled for a year because he didn't want to meet. So that's quite a different picture. And if you think that that's the kind of group that is then making decisions about land use, it's quite a different approach to what you're used to. And that's now the group that's in charge. And it obviously depends on who you elect, but it's a first past the post system. The mayor of Bowen this year got elected with 35% of the vote. Not the majority didn't vote for him. So those weird things can happen. And so I found it quite different.
Thank you very much, Linda.